Damn it, I thought I was still in studio mode. My apologies. Pro streamer, right? Welcome back from the ad. Those of you who got the ad, hopefully it wasn't too egregious. I am deliberately trying to run ads when there's nothing to watch. So people who wander in don't get the pre-rolls, and people who are watching don't miss anything important. Ads on Twitch are just the reality we're living with until it gets better. So I'm playing around with ways to make it as least impactful as possible, and I promise I understand how awful ads are. I do. Anywho, the next game is called Swordship. I think it's like a sideways view shmup, shoot 'em up. And yeah, that's basically it. I haven't looked too much into it. I'm trying to go into these games sight unseen as much as possible. It seems to be very keyboard based, which is fine. You know, keyboard and mouse controls are fine by me. Yeah, without further ado, let's give it an honest go, right? Factory issue, okay. I like the low poly style, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, you know, I can get into that. Okay. Cool. All right, so that's how you get a container. Not sure what for. Did I do right? Well, I was supposed to wait for it to absorb the payload. Not sure the purpose of the payload. Let's get the next one. Yeah, deposit, okay. So enemies can kill each other, trick your enemies to score points. Okay, so I don't have any direct offensive abilities. It's me about coercing my existing enemies to fight each other. Okay. Cool. Oh, so I can't run into them. That's good to know. Okay. Okay. How long can I stay? Oh, a finite amount. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I just couldn't deliver the payload. Okay. And I guess it's just a skill point attack kind of game, which is fine. Okay. Line cleared. So that's line 1, and I guess it gets progressively harder. Cool, I got 1 payload. Donate stolen containers to the banished for more score. They first point of notes, the input mapping at the bottom saying that A is to move left, you don't have the equivalent D to move right. It's a very minor note, but if you're going to display instructions to the player, make sure to try and keep it somewhat complete, or else it gives the wrong impression of like what needs to happen. Sure. I kind of like this game. It's a little simple, but well, I think the depth comes from increasing enemy complexity, more enemies on screen, which I got hit. It's fine. I get that. It's not super my thing. It's not a shmup as I was originally understanding. It's more just like a line racer kind of game, more like Road Rash, games like that, which all fine. Cool. So the aerial units can't hit each other. Good to know. And I missed the payload. Okay. So that's kind of the complexity there. So we got one with that. Got those both. That was actually kind of cool. There should have been a bonus for that, in my opinion. Sir, thank you for the resub. Oh, drat. Thank you for the 7 months.
So just resubbed for 7 months. Did someone say Road Rash?
Yeah, this game somewhat reminds me of Road Rash and like the old school like games that where you focus more on obstacle avoidance, less so of the combat mechanics. Running out of lives. Okay, we'll go with one more run, see how it feels. But ooh, okay, sure. So yeah, this definitely reminds me of that sort of genre. I should have said don't get distracted by this message. There's no helping me on that. So, okay, there's active powers for more defense stuff. I guess that was a cooldown. Or it's a recharge in some method, like points or something. Oh, I messed that up. So you probably pick up various things to charge it then. Doesn't seem to be time based. Which is okay. Makes it a little harder though. Come on. Okay. So yeah, that's one. But yeah, I don't like that the aerial units can't hit each other. You think the splash or something will do some damage, maybe not instant kill them, but perhaps something there. Because if you just have aerial units, you can't fight back, right? Okay, payload delivered. I got that guy. So line cleared. I got the 2 payloads. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's fine. Sure. Again, I do like the low poly aesthetic. It's definitely not rare, but not common. Okay, so those big guys take multiple hits. Good to know. But it gave you a lot of points. It's good to know as well. Okay. Rat. So they also block shots. That's good to know. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Luckily, the pickup time is pretty quick, so you can sort of just sweep in, drop it off, and sweep out, which I like. Ah, fuck balls. Game definitely is fun. The depth isn't super huge, but it doesn't need to be. Crap. Definitely just being like the skill attack style of game has a lot of replayability for some players, I feel. Less so for me. Fuck. It's fine. I like the aesthetic. I like the bomb containers for a screen wipe. Ah, okay. Good to know. But yeah. I just have to? Okay. Cool. The score tech definitely has a lot of replayability for some people. I got that way a little bit with audio surf. I like the enemy design is very fair. There we go. Fuck. Every single one of my mistakes is my own mistake. It's the game not being unfair. Cool. Dodge that. Cool. Then it goes in a fast straight line. Reminds me of Spy Hunter. Yeah, that definitely rings true. I wasn't thinking Spy Hunter as much because there was a little more emphasis on like gear in that, but definitely see the similarity there. That was another good game. Very hard to master, but getting into it is not that bad. It's very approachable, which I would commend them on. Yeah, overall, it's a good game. Not super my cup of tea, but for the people that it is for, I think this is a great game. I could definitely see people playing this for like hours and hours, trying to get like really high scores and like new techniques. I ran right into that, didn't I? Fuck. Okay. I'm just really bad at these kind of games. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of them. The genre, yeah, I do very poorly, but that's fine. Double trick. Cool, another trick there. So I don't know what's the way to combat the aerial units, the flying boys. How do we get them? Is there a way? You want to go the other direction, so instead of from top to bottom, bottom to top. That's what I was initially thinking when I was looking at the screenshots on the Steam store. I thought it was more like a traditional shmup. It's not, which is fine. That was the initial impression I had. So I can do the first line sometimes. Subsequent lines less so. But one more line. Large pickup lane, sure. And I bet there was like a meta game to like what upgrades you can pick in what order and whatnot. Come on. Got the pig chongus. Yeah, there's no way to have... There's no way to combat the aerial units, no way to trick them. Well, that I know of yet. Perhaps the mines can do it? Fuck. That's my fault. I'm also curious if further on the maps get more interesting or unique. Perfect. Whew. I thought I died there. Whew. Fuck. Air unit, like timing of when it locks on and when it fires, I'm not dead on yet. Do the reverse of everything I should do. Yeah, I think that's part of what my problem is, that most of my experience with these games has been closer to like bottom to top shmups, and I'm failing horribly. That's part of it. The other part is I'm terrible. Twofer. Booyah. There we go. There's a little bonus for a quick delivery. That's kind of neat. Haha. I fucked that up. So tricking the mines isn't too bad. Okay. But beyond that, it's hit and miss. Okay. I don't think there's much more to the game beyond just like the depth of the complexity, which I appreciate. I do. I just don't foresee me achieving that tonight to a great extent. I did get a feel for the game. I really don't have any notes for it beyond just like minor UI improvements for what directions things are. Maybe more settings because what's currently there kind of minimal. What is here is pretty good, but more audio channels would be nice. More video options would be nice. Not that this is visually demanding by any means, but I always like extra dials, FOV sliders, things like that. I'm definitely in that camp where you give the player a good default based on their hardware and let them tune to their heart's content. Game is great, really good. I think its target audience is slightly niche, but that's not a bad thing. For the niche audience, this is a great game. I'm just not necessarily in that, unfortunately. But yeah, I know we're sort of speed running some of these games, but I don't want to spend too much time on something that's just me failing over and over again when there's another game to get to, evaluate, get a taste for, and maybe leave some notes. This one, I really don't have any great notes beyond just minor UI and many things like moving left and right on those upgrades. I think needs a little bit more work, but overall, I see you at a goal, game developer, and you nailed it. So kudos, keep it up. I look forward to the sequel. I look forward to your other games, whatever you do next, because I think you have a great start with this. It's very well scoped. It's single player. Like co-op could be a new mode in the future. Not necessarily, could be. It's up to you. Or other arcade modes, other difficulty curves, other color schemes, maps based on music tracks. There's a whole lot you can do with this base foundation you've built. It is quite solid, and you can go in many directions, and they're not mutually exclusive. So keep it up. I actually, it's been a while since I counted a game off Accumulator that struck me like this one has. It's not for me, but for who it is for, targeting, it is excellent. Yeah, no notes beyond the minor ones about the menu UI. Keep studying, keep working at it. I don't think this probably wasn't your first game, but I don't think it's your last game either. So yeah, keep it up. You're doing gre're gonna go to a break. I'm gonna run another ad, Hang tight. It always takes me a few minutes to swap the games behind the scenes on OBS and Dixper and bounce the YouTube VOD. So we'll be back in no time. Grab a drink or a snack. We'll get to our third game. Should be interesting. Don't touch that dial.